Hi and welcome to the video. I'm Dame and this is Dame Over, and today we're having a look at the 11 things that Battlefield 5 did right. And we'll kick things off with number 1, trailers and cinematics. Now remember when the hype for Battlefield 5 was being built up and everybody was watching that trailer over and over again when they launched it? The one with the woman with one arm and the plane crashing in the thing and the tank going through the building, you'd be able to pick up your friend, and then there was that cricket bat. Do you remember how that was exactly like the game? I don't. Now, you don't need to be a video game scientist to know that when you start releasing trailers and cinematics and gameplay trailers, that what you should expect in the game is what you're seeing on the screen. And you know what? Battlefield 5 nailed it. Good job, DICE. Personally, I've absolutely loved running around the battlefield with my prosthetic arm wielding a cricket bat, and all with an incredible sense for style with those massively customizable skins. Which brings us nicely onto number 2, marketing. DICE EA are really pushing boundaries as to what to expect as a consumer, especially with the beta and the full game release being on completely different days and completely different times depending on what platform you're playing on, and also what sort of subscription service you've actually subscribed to. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed trying to unravel that puzzle. And let's not forget that just before that, some silly people in the community complained about something in the game that they may not have been happy with. And you know what DICE did? They looked him right in the eye and they said, "You are not educated. Good job, DICE." Now, I'm no kind of marketing scientist, but I'm going to take the example of EA DICE right in my stride whenever I'm marketing anything. Personally, I give the marketing team a 15 times pi rating out of 10. Next up, we've got number 3, and that's in-game purchases. And of course, I'm talking about Battlefield coins, or as they're more commonly known as, boins, which in no way sounds stupid. Battlefield coins are the way you're supposed to get those incredible cosmetics that have been available in the game for practically its whole life cycle. And they talked about the release of Battlefield coins, or boins, for a very long time over at EA DICE. And hey, we were told one day and they decided to change it. Then they pushed it back, and then the Battlefield coins wouldn't work at all, but then they work sometimes. But then some people got them and they still wouldn't work when they purchased certain items. There are still problems with it today, but hey, that's Battlefield. But we can all rest easy knowing that EA and DICE haven't wasted any of our money whatsoever, and all of the money we've put into the game has gone straight back into it, making a quality gaming experience. Next up, we've got number 4, and that's the live service. Now, when they explained at DICE that we were going to get a live service, we were going to get regular updates, the game was going to change, it was going to be a flowing, evolving sort of creature. There'd be weekly updates, there'd be monthly updates, there'd be new rewards to unlock, there'd be many more things to spend those hard-earned boins on. Tides of War was going to change live services forever. And you know what? I completely understand that almost every single update they sent out, every piece of the Tides of War was delayed. Almost every single one was delayed. It didn't come out when they said it would, but... But hey, DICE, it's okay. We all understand that calendars and a clock are very hard to read. Next up, we've got number 5, and that is map size. Hey, Desmond. Yeah, Desmond DICE. I've got this new map design, right? What I'm thinking of is to have this huge, wide, open expanse and some buildings randomly scattered around, but you have to run for minutes at a time, sometimes even hours, to get anywhere near the action or the other players. Hey, you know, that sounds pretty good, actually. We'll go through with it. Yeah, I like the idea of the maps being so open you can't find it to cover and just get killed by things that you can't even see from miles away. What a great idea, Jeff. Thanks, Desmond. High five? You betcha. Next up, we've got number 6, and that is gunplay. Now, at launch, Battlefield 5 it had so many weapons to choose from. How are you ever going to choose them? There were too many. But now we've got to the end of the game's life cycle. There are far too many to deal with. Frankly, I can't even look at the menus because there's so many choices. Oh, no, just all so different. I just want to play in a particular way, but they all play so differently. I can't pick which one I want. If only there wasn't some sort of idea behind the weapons that turned them all into a laser beam. Otherwise, the game might have two similar weapons and no one would have any fun when they shoot someone. And that brings us calmly on to number 7, vehicle balance. Vehicle balance in video games, oh, it's tough. It's been tough in Battlefield for a very long time, but you know what the best decision that DICE ever made was? Making tanks incredibly weak up close, but making them very, very powerful from far away. Because that's exactly how tanks were used in the First and Second World War. Particularly, you'd park a tank 75,000 kilometers away and it'd just be able to pick soldiers off willy-nilly, I say, willy-nilly, keeping them at the far back of the map, not really adding to the game at all, but making sure you get that really high KD. You sit in that tank, Sir Simon Tank 4. You do that, you get the kills, stay in that tank, because if you get out, the game will be so boring if you get out the tank. You don't be bored, Simon. And with every single update to do with the vehicles, it changed drastically. Everything changed. Let's be honest, we all saw a massive difference for when the game first launched to where it is now. All of the vehicles are practically, they're just, you might as well be using something completely different. What's the opposite of a tank? Because that's basically what we've got now. I don't know, is it like a fire-breathing tortoise? What's the opposite of a tank? That's a bit too similar, actually. And now we're on to number 8, and that's fixing bugs. One thing in particular that just didn't ever cause any problems for anybody on Battlefield 5 was the number of bugs. I can't even remember really experiencing... I think I can remember experiencing probably a handful of them. I mean, if you were to scroll through the Twitter of, I don't know, the community managers, you might see some people reporting bugs and being asked to send in videos, and then DICE explaining that they can't actually test for bugs at all in their test environment, and they only find out that the stuff doesn't actually work when it actually gets released to the paying customers that they've decided to take money from before they've been able to sort out the game and make sure it works properly. So why have they got that test environment? Does it actually do anything? Do they just turn on screens and it just all looks really, really nice and fancy? Does it all work better than any possibility that you'll have using, I don't know, an Xbox, a PlayStation 4, or maybe your own PC at home? Is this how every game developer creates their games, never knowing if it is actually going to work before release? I wonder if that's the case, but you know what, DICE, because you just as an organization, you're leading the way. I really do wonder whether everyone else is going to take your lead or not. And now we're on to number 9, weapon balance. Do you guys remember in World War II where you were a sniper and you shot someone in the middle of the chest and you had to hit them again to make them fall over? Well, that's exactly what's been replicated in Battlefield 5. Every single one-shot kill in the Second World War was from a sniper rifle that had hit someone straight in the head. Fact. And you know what? MMGs, honestly, best decision anyone's ever had, ever, with a weapon type in a video game. I cannot imagine, and I really wish I never have to, imagine a video game that doesn't have MMGs in, because honestly, the way that it works in Battlefield 5, it's just, mwah. Now we're on to number 10, coming soon. I think I made my point. And now we're on to the very last thing that Battlefield 5 did 100% right. And you know what? That's fun. Now, some people have asked me to summarize my experience with Battlefield 5 over the last 2 years, the experience of it changing on the whole. If you think about the amount of bugs, if you think about the way the weapons work, if you think about the incredible map design, if you think about everything being delayed, if you think about all of the tides of war, all of those things you have to take into consideration to really encapsulate in one word in the English language that can honestly and truthfully tell you about Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's a big capital FUN. It's fun, eh? Do you agree? It's fun. I like being told to wait for stuff. I like being told that I'm uneducated. I like in-game purchases not working. And you know what? I love the most? I love tank customizations. And hey guys, it's about that time when you remove your sarcasm protective goggles, because we've come to the end of our list. And here is a big thank you to my Dame Operatives, those of you guys supporting the channel through Patreon. It's because of you I'm able to make the content that I do. So if you want to become a Dame Operative and see your own name on this screen at the end of every video, then head to the link in the description and the pinned comment. I've also started a Twitch channel quite recently, so if you haven't already followed and you want to keep up to date with all the live streams that are going out, make sure you have followed me on Twitch and also on Twitter so you can find out when everything is going to be happening. I'd very much appreciate it. Try to reach affiliate and I'm halfway there. I've got 25 out of 50 followers and it's you guys that I want to be entertaining, so please do follow me on Twitch. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, that's Dame over. Peace.